I'm Shweta. Today I'm going to talk about GNU Octave. So let's begin with the introduction to this. As an introduction, this Octave is a high-level language primarily intended for numerical computations. So they provide a convenient command line. They have an editor and documentation interface for solving linear and non-linear problem numerically. So they can also be used as a prototyping and image processing. So in this video, I'm going to explain you the detailed procedure of image processing using GNU Octave. So the competitor of Octave is a MATLAB. So MATLAB is a proprietary product that requires a license, but GNU Octave, it doesn't require Octave. So Octave is freely redistributed software. You may redistribute it or modify it under the terms of GNU General Public License as published by the Free Software Foundations, and it's more flexible compared to MATLAB. Using GNU, you can work with a grayscale coloring of the RGBs, work with many histograms and other graphs and other visualization effects. You also can work on the fuzzy scene modes. So I shall start with the installation process, followed by some of the code to be run and executed, and see the output. To install GNU Octave, first open the browser and type for Octave Forge. Open the link Octave Forge, where you can see the full list of packages that you need to install, and there is a link to install on Windows, so click on that, and you can see the list of zip files that you need to download. So here you select the size of the maximum zip file that you can see here and download it, and this will start downloading. While it will take some time to download, meanwhile you can create a folder in your desired folder. I have created by the name Oct, where you can store the installed Octave files. Now the file has been successfully downloaded. Just open the file and you need to extract these files to the desired folder that you have already created. So I have created one in Oct file, so I like to save these files in that folder. So while it takes some time to save, it's taking some time to download. Save it, save the folder, save the files. So it's being saved now. So go to the folder Oct. So we are in the folder Oct. Now double click on Octave BBS. You will see the Octave window here. So this is the Octave window where this corresponds to the current directory. This refers to the folder within which you are working currently, and this file browser is nothing but the content of the current folder, and here's a workspace. In this workspace you can see the variables that you have been using in the workspace, and then here you write the command, and also you can see the command history over here. This saves whatever the command you enter will be shown as a history. So we will show how to install the packages. So first you have to create a folder with some name called pictures. So go to the Octave folder, you save it as Oct, create a folder, called picture. Inside this picture folder, I'll paste a picture of type bitmap. So in the Octave window, I will try to load this image and show the image and also convert this color to grayscale image. So I'll go to my Octave windows. Converting from color image to grayscale image, we use RGB to color command, which is included in the image package. So we will see how this package will be installed. Since you are working on the image folder, you have to copy the path of the image folder in the current directory. So go to this file, then select the file where you are working on this. So picture, the path of the picture folder will be copied. So now you can see that the picture folder contains tiger image. We will read this picture by read command. For this you have to write a command. A is equal to imread of picture name is tiger dot bmp with a semicolon. So in the beginning you will get a warning, and because of this is because of the older version, but this has been removed in the newer version, so you can ignore it. Now to see the image you have to type a command im show and the variable name a. The image is being popped out. You can close this. So now we read the image and we shown the images. Now we have to convert the colored image to a grayscale. We have to use a RGB to gray command. So we will write y is equal to RGB to gray of variable a, and it gives a warning saying that RGB to gray function belongs to the image package from the Octave forge, which seems to be not installed. So now the task is to install the RGB to gray. That you have to install an image package. So now I double click on the Octave folder. You can see the source folder over here. These are the packages that you need to be installed before you use any commands in the workspace in the Octave window. So you have to run this build packages. Go to Octave windows, choose the directory of choose the path address of the source file, go to Octave, click on source file and select choose, and now you can see the content of these source folder. Now right click on build packages and run. You can see in the work area, you can see the installation of the packages. This again might take some time to install. The installation has been completed. The moment you see the double arrow mark, it says that the installation is completed. Now again we will write the same command and check whether the RGB to gray color works. Type b is equal to, so double click on this, b is equal to RGB. Warning says that RGB2 function has been successfully installed but not loaded. So we need to load the package. That you have to write a command pkg load and package name called image. After installing the image package, now it's time to load the package. So now we wrote the command to load the package. Now let us try using the command b is equal to RGB to gray. It's already been written. You can use that by clicking the up arrow. So now the gray image has been stored in B. Now we want to see the image. Before that, the command is im stands for the image show for B. Now we can see the gray. The RGB color is turned into gray color. CLC is a command to clear the screen. Now once you load the package pkg load image, the image package is being loaded. Now you want to close the window and restart the new window. That time you need to again write the same command to load the image. To make this automatic, every time you open a new window and the image package or any other packages you want to automatically load, you have a command pkg rebuild auto name of the image that you want to rebuild. So when you write this command, every time that you open a new window, the image for package is being reloaded automatically without manually. So if you want to stop this reloading of a packages, the command is pkg rebuild no auto which image you don't want to reload, that is image package, enter. So this command is necessary because whenever you start up an Octave window, the software will take more time if there are unnecessary various packages being loaded initially. So we need this command to eliminate those packages which are not required and which will delay the functioning of this window. Talk about arrays for image processing. You have to go to the OCC folder in E drive and then select the VBS script file, Octave VBS. The windows will be popped out. Before you start working, set the current directory. It will be by default pointing to the Octave folder. You can browse here to set the current directory for working. You can select eoct under picture, say choose, and the content of the pictures will be appeared. So now type a is equal to 2, enter. A is a variable created that you can see in the workspace. If you see the dimension, it shows 1 cross 1. It is also an array of 1 cross 1 dimensions. And if you write a is equal to 2 with the semicolon is a termination operator. It tells the end of the statement. Only if you write a command a and then enter, the value will be retrieved. Then let's create a row vector and the column vector. Assigning a row vector will be simple. B is equal to write the values with the semicolon, and when you enter B, you can see the row vector, and as well as you see the workspace. The dimension of this row vector will be 1 cross 5, whereas the values is shown as 5, 6, 2, 8, 5. Now you can create a column vector by writing the complementary operator. Right, B is equal to 5, 6, 7, 2, 8, 5, 4. I already initialized with the complementary operator. And when you enter B, you will get the column vector, as well as you can see the dimension of the variable B is changed to 5 cross 1. CLC is the command to clear a screen, whereas A and B is retained. When you enter a value A and enter, you still can retrieve the values, whereas the command clear all it deletes all the variables from the workspace, and enter, all the variables from the workspace are deleted, and if you try to retrieve the value of A, it shows an error. Let me again create a row vector, and we will discuss about the axis of the row vector. When you type A, you can retrieve every element from the array, and if you want to retrieve the third element, let me tell you, the index of this array starts from 1. Usually it starts from 0, whereas in this case it starts from 1. So if you want to retrieve the third element, that is first, second, third, that is 8th, you just need to write A stands for array, and 1 is nothing but the index of an array, and type A let me save this in a variable called b is equal to a of 1, enter, and then type b. You will be retrieve the value b, whereas 1 is the index which refers to the first element, that is 6. Simply to retrieve the third element again, c is equal to, you can use a variable, you need not use a variable, I am using variable here, 6 a of third element, enter the variable c, 8 will be retrieved. How to retrieve the continuous block of elements from an array? You can use the command, use the variable, say c is equal to a 3:6, which says that c refers to the external variable, output variable, whereas a is an array and 3 is an index. So it says 3 1 1 6 3 6 3 8, and this array, the third element refers to 8 till 6. So third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So the numbers retrieved are 8, 2, 9 and 4. Let us see here. So 8, 2, 9, 4 will be retrieved. It's a continuous number. Let me create an array. A is equal to some so a is equal to some number, so when I press on E, I get this number. So now the other type of access is to access a random element. So to access a random element, say fifth element, second element, first element, there is a command, says some variable, output variable, say v is equal to a being an array name, and the index are returned 1, 6, 3, 7, 4. So whereas 1, 6, 3, 4 stands as are indexes, 1 is represents first, sixth, third and fourth elements of the array A is retrieved. So 4, 9, 4 in the first position there is 4, in the second position, in the sixth position number 9, from third position 2 and fourth position 7. This number has been retrieved. Let us create a 2D array. To create a 2D array, A is a variable, and let us create A is a array name. We want to create a 2D array. Write the first row number 4, 3, 6, 5, semicolon, 9, 1, 0 and 3. This is second row. So I have to write, sorry, so if I type A, I'll get 2D array. Now how to access the elements of 2D array? So simply write a variable h is equal to, array name is A, 3, 2. This 3, 2, 3 represents here, it's a, so sorry, you can't write 3, write 2, 3, where 2 represents the second row and 3 represents the in second row third column. So in second row third column is 0, here 0 is retrieved when I write h. So 0 is retrieved. There are different types of accesses. So one more command here we can write is A of 1, 3, 4. So this represents A, 1 represents, it's a first row, whereas 3, 4 represents in the first row from third element to the fourth element, numbers of which. So let us see the array. In the first row is 4, 2, 6, 5. In the first row, index starting from 3, that is 6, till 4, that is 6 and 5 is retrieved. So the answer will be 6 and 5. Other command to access the 2D array is the command return where x is equal to, where x here is output variable, a is an array where 1:2 it represents row starting from first row to the second row in both the rows, where 2:4 represents both in the first row and second row the numbers starting with the second position till the fourth position numbers are retrieved. So let's say x, so 2, 6, 5. So both the rows are retrieved here. So 1:2 represents the both the row, whereas 2 to 4 represents in the both the rows starting from second position till the fourth position. All the numbers are retrieved. And one more way to retrieve our elements from the 2D array. So a here is our 2D array. Now we have a command x is equal to, x is being output variable again, a is a array 1:2 which represents first row to second row, that means both the row, where 1,3 represents the indexes in both the row, the first index number and the third index number elements are retrieved. So enter, you get 4, 6, 9, 0, 4 and 9 being the first position in the both the rows and 6 and 0 being the third position in the both the rows. So we have an array a. Now there is a special command, let us see, that is b is equal to a of 1,6, where b is output variable, a is our array, and only 1,6 written within the square matrices represents the indices. When only one index is written for a 2D array, the 2D array is converted to a column matrix like this. So 4 and 7 is brought under 1 and 2. 5 and 9 is brought under 4 and 7. 3 and 0 is brought under 5 and 9. So the indices starts from 1 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes continuously from 1 to 8. So 1 to 8. And then if you want to retrieve the index, that is b is equal to 1,6. The first position, that is 1, and sixth position, that is 9, is retrieved. So when you enter b, 1 and 9 is retrieved. Now we have to create 3 planes of one single array. So for that we have written here, we have declared a, b, c as 3 two-dimensional array. Now how to convert 3 planes of 3D array? Let us see that. Now we will create array D which contains these 3 A, B, C arrays stacked over one another. So I already written D as a variable and I declare 1:2, 1:3, 1, that is equal to A. So here 1:2 represents first row till second column of D, and 1:3 represents first row till third column of D, whereas 1 represents the first plane, that is equal to 1. So here now you can see in the workspace the value of D is not there. So when you enter it, sorry, I have to remove this equal to sign. I am declaring a D variable here. Now when I enter that variable, you can see the variable D which has 2 cross 3 matrices. So similarly I'll write for B and C planes. Now here I have written for B also. So D of 1:2, 1:3, 2 represents here second plane is equal to B. So now you can see the dimension of D is changed to 2 cross 3 cross 2. I also have written D of 1:2, 1:3 and 3 is equal to matrix C, and now you can see the dimension of D is changed to 2 cross 3 cross 3. So now when I enter D, you can see first plane, second plane, third plane of array D. Here the colon and the colon represents all the rows and all the columns, and 1 represents the height, the first height, here the second height, and here the third height. And this is how you create a 3 planes of an array. This is a special command. Say A is equal to zeros of 2, 3, where 2, 3 represents 2 cross 3 matrices filled with zeros. So when I enter A, you get all the 2 cross 3 matrices filled with zeros. Similar to zeros, we also have a command for ones. So B is equal to ones of 2, 3, where 2, 3 again represents the 2 cross 3 matrices. So when I enter B, I have all the 2 cross 3 matrices filled with one number is popped out. All this time we have seen the command windows. Now we are going to see the editor window. Editor window is a space where you can write more than one command and run at a time all the commands together. So now have I written a code. Close all, it refers to the command that closes all the previous windows that were present. Clear all refers to the removing of all the variables I have written all this time. CLC also refers to the clearing of a window space to write more code. Then I have added a RGB file to a picture folder, and I've set my current directory to the picture folder which is inside the folder that I have created. Now I have written IM is a variable that I have created to store the image by using imread command. IM stands for image and a read, which will read the image to the IM variable. Figure is a command which opens an empty space to display the requested commands. So IM show of IM will display the image RGB file RGB into this figure. This title is nothing but it will give a title to the picture displayed. So to run the command, we need to save the code first. So go to run option. You also have a F5 button to directly press and run the code. Also you have an option of run in the toolbar. So if you press on this run button, the image will be loaded with the title RGB color. Now to determine the size of the pictures, so I have wrote a code already. This green line shows it's a command. It starts with the percentage symbol, and I have used RCH is equal to size of IM. It's a function to determine the size of the picture. IM is the variable which holds the picture currently, and R refers to the row, C refers to the column, and H refers to the height of the picture. So I use RCH, and you can use any other variables to store the code. As you can see, when you write the code and hit run, the image picture will be displayed along with the values and the dimensions. The dimensions are 1 cross 1 for row, number of rows, column and height, whereas values differs. The number of rows are 631 and columns number are 957, whereas the height for all the colored image remains the same, that is 3.